today I wanted to give you a tour of a new Hirst Arts kit that I've recently finished. If you visited my site before, that's TerranScapes.com, you know that I don't list any of the kits from Hirst Arts until I build it myself, primarily so I can get a judge of its level of complexity, and then I can price it accordingly as a finished piece, but also so that I can see if there are any tips or tricks or improvements that I could add to it, or that I can support people who are building it. You could always give me a call if you buy one of the kits that you want to assemble yourself, and you could email me for tips or instructions if you get stuck. So this is the Dragon Inn, or the Dragon's Inn, I forget which he calls it. And when I first looked at this kit, I didn't really think it was going to be very impressive. In fact, I've had this mold for probably almost the better part of 2 years and have not released it as a kit because I kept putting off building it. And I have to say that once I put this together, I was pretty impressed with it. This is one of his earlier kits, so it's not necessarily the most complicated in terms of its overall design, but I will say it did take me quite a while to assemble it because it features some interior layout that adds a little bit of complexity. Let's take the roof off and you can see. So it's got this interior wall here that steps in, so it's got two sort of room areas, if you will. Features a fireplace and several windows and 2 sections of the roof line, and getting the roof line actually to match up so that I got a good seam on it took me a little bit longer than I expected as well. Let's see if I can put that back on there and show you. You know, the real trick is getting this part to line up with a nice tight seam without overlapping, and sanding those bits to end up with that finish is a little bit tricky. And so what I've done is I've used his wood shingle mold for the roof line, and then it gets mounted to corrugated board with some foam core supports to give it some structural rigidity. The Dragon's Inn is about 8 inches by 8 inches by about 6 inches tall, so it's a fairly substantial piece when you pick it up in your hand. When I finish it, I include doors. These doors are not included in the do-it-yourself kit, but when I finish it, I'm going to put in a couple doors for you there. So the door is double-sided, so it shows on both sides. It does not open, however. There's no hinging available on these. And because of the extra, sort of added-on room section, it gives it a really nice dynamic feel. Again, like I said, even when I took the photos of it for the site, and I put the photos up, it still didn't look as impressive in picture as it really does on the tabletop. So I wanted to sort of make sure that I got a video up of it so that you could sort of see it in yet another view and get that sense of what this kit has to offer. Really quite pleased with it. So there's a few other molds that I've got that I haven't yet to assemble, and so that's a major goal of mine for this year. We'll see. I set a lot of goals, and I don't always reach them because things have been pretty busy around here, but hopefully I'll be able to release a few more of these, and I'm sure I'll be surprised yet again by the quality and the interesting design layouts that Bruce Hirst has developed, and there'll be a couple original pieces coming out of the shop as well in the future. Hope you enjoyed the quick look. That's the Dragon's Inn. You can see it at TerranScapes.com in the Structures page.